Right, mate. Let's look here. LRC. Now, what I think is happening at this point in time in the market, I think that this dump here that we got, I think we are slowly grinding back up over that. And if we take out this high, well, I'm not saying we're mooning up here, but I think this is a slow grinding pattern to then go to new highs in quite a lot of these coins. That's the pattern that I think that this is, and that's what I think is happening. Like in theory, this probably should be, and to me looks like this is a breakout. The dip pull back into the moving averages. I made a video a long time ago about a trading strategy that can change your trading life, and it is the first retest of the red 200 moving average is a buy, and you can see here obviously the first dip back in was a buy, and from there at this point, it's a 30% bounce. You can also see that the drop in the first retest of this was also a 60% drop. Okay, and you can also see that the bounce and the first retest of the red 200 moving average, well, that was a bounce also. Every single one of these, give beautiful, beautiful profits. So that strategy is playing true to this point, and we are bouncing off this as well. In theory, this should be bullish. This should continue to go higher. I think we're setting up for a new green 3-month candle on these altcoins. I think that a lot of these are grinding, and it's difficult to trade because it can grind and it can chop you out, and it can grind and then it can chop you out again, and does this sort of action before making that move. And that's kind of what I think is happening in a lot of these coins. I talked about Dash earlier. I talked about Ant. I believe that if these in Ant and Dash, if they're doing something like this, and if it grinds up and takes out this high, I believe Ant and Dash can moon. I just want to look at Ant here just because I'm talking about it and show you what I mean. If I think we grind here and grind higher, it's going to be a choppy process to get out of here. But I think there's a good possibility. And if there is one more flush back down, you can see I've got my alarm set. If I get one more flush back down, I'm going to be buying and loading up on Ant. I believe that this is a bullish pattern, and this bullish pattern, maybe there might be a flush, I'm not sure, but I believe that this is going to new all-time highs. Dash, just for the record, because I'm talking about it, like you can see here, we've dropped and we're back into the red 200 moving average. I believe it's a bullish pattern, and I also believe that this should grind, and it's a choppy grind back out of here, and then we can make a real move. As long as this white 100 moving average stays intact here and supporting price. Now the red 200 moving average underneath price. If I go to a weekly chart, I don't know if this chart will show it well. You can see here we're just breaking back above weekly moving averages. Breaking back above weekly moving averages, as you can see here, can be very bullish. This is also a large weekly blueprint for success that can potentially moon the price. So I think a lot of these coins are doing something like this, including LRC. LRC has now created a range, as you can see right here. Now it becomes difficult. I always tell you, don't buy on the low end of the range. Where do you want to buy? You want to buy in the low end of the range. So if by any chance there's a flip back down, I would definitely suspect that there's definitely a good buying opportunity down here. Now we may have missed the buying opportunity because we wicked down into the low end of the range already. So it becomes more tricky to buy in the center point of the range, as I always say. But price at some point should work its way back to the higher end of the range. Today is a new 3-day candle. There's a few wicks down here below price. You could attempt to get long here with a tight stop below here, below the 3-day low, to see if it can actually push higher. It's a tricky one. As I've mentioned, it's going to be, in my opinion, it's probably going to be a bit of a choppy process, back up here. Maybe I didn't draw that properly. I expect something like this, choppy up. As long as these moving averages are holding, this is looking pretty good.